Hello Produce Tech members and welcome to this week's bonus content, which is another really handy rack in Ableton Live, this time an instrument rack containing various samplers that allow you to create your own instant impact effects. So if you don't know already, impact effects are the kinds of sounds that you use to announce the start of a section in an arrangement. For instance, a breakdown, that's what they're going to be particularly useful for. As it's something that you can use to create sounds like this. So a classic kind of sound that you might hear at the start of a breakdown there. So just to run you through the rack briefly, if I bring down the reverb and delay levels for a sec, you can hear what's actually going on. And we've got three different layers to the sound with a kick drum, a crash, and some Foley. And each one of these has a number of different sounds to choose from. So here are the kicks. So you can use this dial here to select the sound and then this one to turn its level up and down. And it's exactly the same with the other sounds here. So you've got crash or you've got the Foley. And there's a few different types of sounds in there as well. So you can create your own blend or you can have just one of these sounds on its own, depending on where exactly you're using the rack in your arrangement. So if, for example, I wanted to create my own kind of custom impact for the start of my breakdown, then maybe I want quite a lot of the kick there, a fair bit of crash, maybe some Foley in there. And let's select the sounds as well to get a nice combination. Supposing I want to go for that, then I can just dial in whatever amounts of delay and reverb I want. So let's start with the delay. You can change the rate. The feedback, I've got it turned up to max at the moment, but you can make it a shorter trail of echoes if you want. You can also filter it. So for example, obviously if you have a kick in here, so bassier sounds, and you bring this down, then your echoes are going to be really bassy. But if you want, let's just turn this up a bit. But if you want, you can filter out that bass. So you can just have kind of a trail of higher frequency echoes there. And then you have reverb on top of that as well. And once again, you don't have any control of the reverb length or any other reverb controls there. But one thing I did include is the low gain amount again. So if you've, for example, got it turned all the way up, just turn down the delay for a minute. And obviously with a kick drum there, you have a really bassy boom, which might be something you want, especially at the start of a breakdown. But if you want to kind of roll that off a little bit, then you can kind of tame that trail of reflections and have it less boomy and less bassy. Or just go to town. Up to you. So to use the rack then, you'll notice once you've downloaded and unzipped it that it's actually an Ableton Live project. So firstly, you need to put that project folder somewhere safe on your computer, like your samples folder or somewhere where it won't get forgotten about and deleted. And then next up, after you've opened it up, if you want to save it into your user library so you can, grab it from your browser at any point, then just click on the save switch there and hit return. And that will then save that into your user library. And of course, you can right click and add it to one of your collections if you like. Then let's say I've just started to block out an arrangement here in this project and I want to add an impact to the start of this breakdown. I can just drag the rack out of the browser to add a new track here, and then add a new MIDI clip there, draw in a note of C3, maybe have it lasting for a beat, and bring down the level a bit. And then we've got a kind of custom impact that we can then just tweak to get it sounding right as we roll into our breakdown. You know, maybe we just want to have a crash for this one with no kick. Turn up the Foley a bit, select a different crash. So enjoy the rack. I hope you find it to be a useful tool for adding extra drama or energy, as well as improving the definition of your arrangements and adding interesting textural layers. As always, I can go into the inner workings of the rack in more detail on a future live stream, if that's something you're interested in. But either way, just a useful thing for you to download and use, and also keep an eye out next week for the next one in the series, which is going to be a riser rack. So I'll see you then.